Everyone, Saranai. Good morning to everybody. Thank you for joining with us today. We are glad to have you here. Welcome to Shri Mata. Namaskara Deva. The positive intention of this webinar is to help create an abundant, peaceful, joyful, healthy, and comfortable future for all of mankind in this beautiful earth during this time-space reality. We are here to share our own secrets of joy, success, abundance, well-being, health, and peace. We want you to have all the positive, joyful, enlightening experiences that we have been having during the COVID-19 peak period here in Sri Lanka. Our inspiration is to share success strategies with you so that you can thrive just like our inner circle members, close members of our associates, and our families. Do you want to learn these secrets? Then listen to my mentor and spiritual teacher, Jayashree Mata. For those who do not know Jayashree Mata, her conventional name is Jamini D. Samathunu. She is a certified NLP practitioner, a coach, a psychologist, and an energy worker. She pioneered the NLP certification trainings in Sri Lanka. She is also the founder of Mind Designs International, the parent organization for NLP Sri Lanka and Healing Sri Lanka. After her spiritual transformation in 2019 November, she is known as Jayashree Mata. Jayashree Mata, can you kindly enlighten us all about what is we need to know in this moment in time?
So blessings to all. Thank you for joining. And it's a very beautiful day here in Colombo. I always have this habit, a good habit of telling people who are connecting with me how I feel. Right? So, should I use this? So, first of all, thank you for joining, and it's a great pleasure to connect with all of you. Gamaka Shri, I'm little excited because today is a very, very special day. I want all the participants to know that you are meeting me virtually and connecting with me real time on a very powerful and very inspiring day of my life. Of course, every day in my life is so unique, but today is very significant. I must state that. And Gamaka Shri, I offer my salutations to you as well for being with me for 10 plus years. As my beloved partner, the friend, business partner, associate, and now my spiritual child. As much as he introduced me, for those who are new to two of us, I must quickly share, very quickly share, the story behind our relationship. He is now sitting just under the logo of Mind Designs International, something I pioneered 12 years ago. And I pioneered it when I was going through a very difficult time in my life. I considered myself to be a broken woman that time, a woman who did not know her identity, completely collapsing in every area of her life, breaking down into pieces as a very young woman, and also as a woman who had a very big ego because of great achievements at an early age. So I realized that there's no one to help me in my life other than my own self. So Mind Designs International was not just a business I set up that time to earn money or earn my living. It was purely a miraculous outcome of my own healing, transformation, and enlightenment process in life. So 10 years ago, when I met Gamaka Shri, now Gamaka Shri is known as Gamaka Shri after I named him that way. So he was just Gamaka, he was a software architect, he was in my NLP class. He was a simple man, but I could see through his soul. I must say that. He was just a student, very intelligent. I think I fell in love with that intelligence, and the public should know that. So the sharpness in his thinking was what really touched my heart. Since then, Gamaka, you and I together today specifically can be very happy. We can be proud, and I'm very proud about you specifically, because as all other human beings, together you and I conquered all adversities, crazy adversities, all challenges and difficulties. You stood by me, and I certainly stood by you. We, from the day we met on a personal level, I remember you saying, you can shine like that moon in the sky, and I will be just that little star next to you. But Gamaka Shri, I want you to hear me out very clearly today. It is public, it's live, it's recorded, so I must take this opportunity to tell you, I wouldn't have been able to light up the world without your light. So if you call me as your teacher, guide, all that, I equally echo it back to you and give this honor and merit to you on this special day, where you as the managing director running Mind Designs International, and I have stepped back from the operation, and you're going to take my mission forward in adding value to life. Mind Designs International was set because I wanted to add value to my life. Then I started adding value to thousands of people's lives in this country and overseas. And then Gamaka, without you, I wouldn't have become the woman who I am today. Once again, my respect and salutation, please accept it. So for those of you watching, both men and women, we have a very important message. In terms of conventional social norms and conventions, both Gamaka Shri and I went against the tide. I did it from an early age anyway. I never adhered to conventions. I had set my own rules, and certainly now I have created a very powerful inner circle who's behind these webinars and loads of other discourses and live programs we have been doing, especially during the last 3-4 months, mainly during the peak of COVID-19 in Sri Lanka. My inner circle members and close associates, and certainly my biological family, they may not know this, they started thriving. That all happened because of true trust, harmony, and genuine bond based on love, honor, integrity, and spirituality. A bond between a man and a woman once created based on such powerful human values, which makes a human being divine. So Gamaka and myself, we went on this mission of enabling, empowering, and enlightening people. 10 plus years together, it's counting. Today is a very important day. It's a milestone. Maybe very soon it will come out as a book from me, because I have conquered what need to be conquered as a woman and as a human being. So I have the capacity to guide all of you home. So I'm co-creating this together with many other light workers, storytellers, healers, teachers, coaches, and trainers, essentially the true guardians of this world, human earth. We are here to consciously, deliberately, mindfully, respectfully, and joyfully create the future. 2019, I saw what was coming up. And I knew if I truly cared for the world, the beautiful earth I live in, I must first liberate myself from suffering, perceived suffering. I got to crack the code here. I got to crack it by myself first. Then I dedicated almost all of 2019, the full year, for that task of inner journey, giving up pretty much all my worldly affairs. It was hard, but it came naturally to me because I was preparing for it from age 3 or 4. So today, our intention is to add value to your life by sharing 2 powerful and very, very important truths you all must know as human beings. First thing, who you are and what mind is. And second thing, as I mentioned to you, my inner circle members and my close associates thrived during the peak of COVID-19 here in Sri Lanka. And certainly those who connected with us from different continents, who also became part of our inner circle, they started thriving. Now, that is because I had a special mentorship program for them. I had to lead them. I had to guide them. And the transformation was so significant. They started healing and transforming and enlightening themselves. And during that process, they learned so many successful mental strategies. Very powerful mental strategies. I know Gamaka Shri, you are so excited to share the top 5 mental strategies that you learned, certainly with me for 10 plus years, but kind of mastered during the last 3 months. So we are here to add value. I invite all of you to remain calm, happy, and be focused. Stay with us continuously. Be determined to stay till the end of this session, because the real thing comes by the end of it. I always believed in my journey, in anything I did. I start, I continue no matter what, and I certainly conclude properly. I always believed in that, and I want you to do that today. Because this is not about me and Gamaka. This is about you, totally about you. I often call myself I'm future today. That is because the only way to predict your future, the beautiful, joyful, healthy, abundant, loving, enlightening, powerful future you so desire as a human being, only way to predict that is to create it now. Because you have this thing called mind, and mind operates in the duality all the time, from one end to the other. Mind thinks in terms of linear. Mind's approach for anything in life is a very linear approach, whereas life is holistic, like a flower, multidimensional. You can never understand life in a linear way. But the mind's nature is to get hold of two ends. So majority of mankind fundamentally suffer in the present moment of now simply because they are stuck in the past and they don't even know that. They're stuck in the past, set goals, intentions, objectives, and falling short. Why? Because your brain, in a moment I'm going to explain that mind and the brain, two different things, all right? For the brain, whatever the data that had gone in from the past is what is it, that is what it is using to experience the now. So even if you set goals and objectives for the future, it comes from a place of past data. It's very rarely inspirational. I remember 13 years ago, I don't even call myself a psychologist or anything now. I don't have any label identified to me. However, for all the conventional purposes, I do have the social role to play. So I ended up being a psychologist, but I was taken to a psychologist 13 years ago. And I was suffering with depression. And in front of this famous psychologist that time in Sri Lanka, I was in deep pain. He could not help me, but only one person could help me. That was myself. I remember asking one question for my own self in silence in front of him, seated in front of him. If I'm going through this kind of massive pain, I didn't call for this. I didn't ask for it this. I didn't pray for this kind of pain. I'm too young. What's happening to my life? I'm losing hope and momentum to proceed. I don't even know who I am now because I'm losing it. And in that moment, I really asked myself, if I'm suffering like this, how many women out there suffering same or worse? Moment I asked that question, there was an inner voice within me saying, all right, now you know the pain, so become someone who can heal the pain. That was my journey. So I want you to know, my dear friends, my dear children, because we are all human children. So I actually have all the right to call you as a spiritual mother. That's what the name is all about, to call you my children. I want you to know that I can and I have perceived collective pain of mankind. Hence, I keep a smile on my face, even in the hospital bed, even when my back is aching, even my head is aching, even when there's so much of fearful news around us. Because I do not want to contribute for my consciousness to the collective pain, because I'm part of it. We are all like flowers in one tree, but stuck in our identity because of the ego. So you have the thing called mind. That's why you are here in this live webinar with us, isn't it? You want to reset your mindset. Before pressing the resetting button, I want you to first understand what the mind is all about. So, for a moment, I want you to now become aware of your mind. All right, I'm going to pause for 30 seconds. Everyone with eyes open or closed, become aware of your mind. Just become aware of your mind. Preferably eyes closed for a moment. Wonderful. So, if you can become aware of your own mind, what are you or who are you? Let's do another powerful exercise, a quick one. Become aware of your right hand ring finger. Right hand ring finger. Good. Now I want you to become aware of right hand ring finger and now the left hand ring finger. If you noticed a gap between the two awareness of objects, which is essentially your ring finger, if you observe the gap between the two awareness, that is you. You are the silent witnesser of all that is happening. Who you really are is not your body, not the mind, the one who is aware about all that is. The witnesser, the observer. Because if you are the mind, you should be able to control it at your will, anytime, and even in your sleep, you must remember and use your mind. No, during deep sleep, you cease to exist like a dead person, aren't you? Where are you? Where were you during last night deep sleep? Where were you? And when you wake up and refer, you're referring to the memory of who you are, lying on the bed. A memory. So, before understanding what mind is, it's very important you understand who you are. At least very briefly. Of course, look forward connecting with us in the future through our exclusive coaching programs and webinars like this. Nothing like enabling, empowering, and enlightening you and raising the vibration of this human earth through our realizations. Now, let's quickly understand what mind is, because I promised to teach you what mind is. Mind essentially is a process. Mind is not synonymous to brain activity. No. Brain activity is only part of mind as a process. From today onwards, I invite you to think about your mind as a process as opposed to a thing. Now, when people say I'm thinking, they refer to this part of the body, isn't it? That's because your brain center essentially attracts different thoughts that once you thought, which are like imprints and sort of stored and embedded in your energy field. Let's call it aura. To make it simple, it's like, you know, you take out your laptop and let's say you open the like background programming. You open a source code. So there are like ones and zeros, some kind of programming. That program is written using a particular language. So similarly, when it comes to our mind activity, the center of all that meaning giving process happens through the brain, but it is only one of the 6 senses. It's the most complex sense, and it's the most important sense-based organ. That's why it is inside, and all the other 5 senses. So we are 5-fingered beings, yeah? The eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the skin. So we are, from the eyes, we are seeing color impressions or images. From ear, we hear sounds as energy forms like vibrations. From nose, we smell smells. From the tongue, we taste tastes. And from the skin, we feel tactile sensations. And from the brain, we attract thoughts. This is the key. Pause. Did you hear that before ever? Have you read that part ever when you're reading about mind and brain activity? Your brain attracts thoughts. What are thoughts? Now you're thinking. All right, now you're thinking. As I'm talking to you in the language of English, you're understanding, decoding my message, and you're understanding this message using a language, because you have learned the language of English. So your coding in which you are thinking is called English. So if you are thinking in Sinhala, you are thinking in Sinhala or any other language. So mind is the process that the internal 6 senses and the external stimuli, color impressions, sound waves, smells, tastes, tactile sensations, and thought vibrations coming and received by the brain. So inside 6, outside 6, the processing 6, altogether 18, that is what the world is all about. Everything in this world can be put into that framework. Anything you see, anything you hear, taste, feel, smell, and remembers fall into one of those categories. There's nothing more than those 18 to your world, your universe. And that processing part is called the mind. So it's like a force field. It's like a field. It's a continuous, never-ending process. We have our individual mind, and we have a thing called collective mind. Let's say when I'm born, my mother, father had already known that they are human beings. I'm a man, I'm a woman, and that knowledge is handed over without even questioning. So collectively, we hold a mind, or called collective mind, human mind. Now, I'm going to tell something very important today, because at the end of this webinar, we are also going to share why we are doing what we are doing. After doing 3 years of specific inner research, I figured out how to clear the ancestral mind, family karma, if you can call it. I was noticing during last 3 years specifically, some of the experiences that I was going through was nothing about me. And I was shocked. I was wondering, I'm doing fine. I haven't done anything wrong to deserve certain pain. About love, intimacy, money, health sometimes. Like my body shows up symptoms, whereas when I go to the doctor those days, there are no sicknesses. Then I ended up being a Reiki practitioner and a Reiki master and energy healer. To see that, only during last 3 years I fully realized, when you borrow the DNA code of your mother, father, they hand over all the garbage, all the ancestral mind is in your memory chip, in your data card. So we used to call it sins of forefathers. Recently, I started clearing it after my so-called personal transformational special thing that happened during last year. So when you think of mind, I want you to know your individual mind alone means the processing that has happened previously, and the data that was encoded through a language stays in your brain as memories. So using a language, you can access it. Through a language, you got your identity. Through a language, you can resolve the problems in your identity. And if you so desire, you can escape from the Maya or the matrix of life, or samsara, if you like to call it, and fully liberate. It's possible. A word brought you to this world, and a word can transform, fix, heal, resolve. Word is the key. So that's why 12 years ago, I introduced neuro-linguistic programming. I learned it to help myself, and then I introduced it to the country. That's the beginning, the journey, and our intention, and briefly about what mind is, and to understand mind as a process hereafter. And you are not the mind. You are the witnesser or the observer of your mind. So more gap you create between your mind activity and your sense of self, which is emptiness, easily you can resolve so-called problems with your mind activity or content of mind. How do you do that? Using language. What am I doing now? I'm using a language to take you home, to help you find the gaps, to enlighten you, to empower you, and to sort of enable you by removing your misunderstanding about who you are and your life and whole of existence. That's exactly what I have been doing with myself. That's what Gamaka has been doing with himself. Every day we are growing and evolving because we are part of the whole existence. We are perceiving everything as a unified field, no longer suffering in the poor, small ego mind, that me separately. Your body is the collection of food you ate, and that is Mother Earth. The space, the sun and the moon, the stars and the galaxies and the Milky Ways, the air you were breathing, the water you were drinking. You are nothing more than the 4 elements and taste and sounds and colors and energy. with that invitation, I like to hand over to Gamaka Shri now to talk about those powerful mental strategies that enabled you, Gamaka, and also our inner circle members and helped them thrive during the adversity during the last 3 months. So over to you, Gamaka. Please share those mental strategies.
Thank you, Jai Sri Mata. So, first mental strategy is very important for me, and I've been using it throughout, probably from the time I took part in NLP entry level certification. So, something that I use for 10 years. So, this is setting a daily positive intention. So, positive intention is a tool that you can use to program your brain. Positive intention helps brain to focus on the experiences that you would choose to have within the day. You can choose the experiences that you want to have instead of going and experiencing whatever life brings you. So positive intention is made out of positive words with sensory qualities. Qualities are what you want to see, what you want to hear, what you want to feel, what you want to taste, and what you want to smell. So basically, we are engaging 5 senses and giving direction to the brain and telling it what sort of experiences the brain needs to pay attention. For instance, say I want to have a day where there is a lot of happiness and witnessing transformations and enjoying the beauty of the world. My positive intention would sound like this. At the end of the day, I want to feel blissful and elated. Hear the stories of transformation. See the magnificence of the nature. Taste the divinity within me and smell the goodness of life. So you will notice that it's filled with positive sentences and it directs the brain what sort of sensations it needs to pay attention on these 5 different senses. Jai Sri Mata, I would like to invite you to explain to us how positive intentions work. This statement sounds very simple, but it is extremely powerful.
All right, yeah. So, yes, Gamaka, there is no NLP without the powerful concept or technique called positive intention. So I think we can't remember a day in our life just went by without using positive intention in our life. So what happens in your brain is this. First, you got to understand the life that we call as my life experience about the world, and the sum total of experiences which are made up of images, sounds, taste, smell, tactile sensations, and words as memories, like structures. Every experience is personal and subjective. So none of us are experiencing even the same thing, right? Same thing, same experience in the same way. We are not experiencing anything in the same way. It's differently perceived and experienced due to a specific function in the brain called reticular activation system, right? So what it does is essentially when you set using positive words and sensory words, You're programming your brain to filter out data from the environment which is not aligned with your positive intention. So your brain, this reticular activation system of the brain, will fundamentally delete, distort, and generalize all information that is not relevant to your focus of attention. So your intention sets attention, what you're paying attention to. Because in a given time, your brain is bombarded with more than 2 million bits of data. That is what the scientific finding is. But your brain cannot process in a given moment more than 134 bits. It's a very small amount. So what happened to the rest of the data? They get deleted, distorted, and generalized. All right? So if you set an intention, a positive intention, first thing in the morning as you keep your feet on the ground, before you greet anyone, you're creating your own life, using your own mind, your brain. When you set the positive intention, those words go into your brain as sort of like, let's say, the programming that should run for the day, as the ultimate program that should run for the day. So when you see things, you will see only that supports your intention. When you hear, your brain will filter out and take in only what supports your intention. And taste, smell, and tactile sensations. Also the kind of thoughts you will attract. This is a key. Gamakashri and myself, we have really mastered this auric clearances and how we attract even unwanted thoughts into our field and then get stressed out and suffocate in life. Whereas all what we have to do first thing in the morning is to set a powerful intention, and none of that, whatever happens outside, really matters. That's exactly what we did, why we thrived during the highest, like the biggest adversity ever that we have ever experienced after, of course, war as children in this country, which we did not perceive that way because we were very playful at that age. But the most recent adversity, how did we delete, distorted, and removed all that information that comes through news and the media, was because we had clear intention. And our brain from the morning to evening knew what to do with the 5 senses, 6 senses fundamentally, right? So it essentially helps you get the attention right. It uses the right words. So if you get the technique right, you do the proper programming. Gamakashri, you know, you are a software engineer, and I'm sure many people who are watching this, maybe they know software engineering. Even if you don't know, if you want something out, a proper product out of your computer, you got to do the programming right. So positive intention is something that changes your attention, and with the change of your attention throughout the day, without you even thinking about it, like consciously thinking, because the program runs on its own, your life gonna be something tremendously beautiful because you're living life unconditionally. Majority of mankind suffers because they live a conditional life. Any news item appear, it triggers the stress button. Then you develop symptoms. Then you get fired up. You can't enjoy life. Life is conditional for majority of mankind. So first step of creating an unconditional life means a real liberated life is to set positive intention, Gamaka, yes.
Thank you, Madhavani. And I think you set the stage for me to talk about my second mind strategy, positive affirmation. So positive affirmation is a tool that can be used to program the brain by redirecting the thoughts. So something that happened to me in COVID-19 peak period, when we were bombarded with news about massive casualties in all over the world, I also started showing symptoms, even though I didn't even go out of the home. And what we figured out was, for the brain, all the information is a special input. So Mata suggested that we shut down all the news. And then she gave us this affirmation. I'm not the mind, I'm not the body. I'm not the mind, I'm not the body. So this affirmation, as she explained a few minutes ago, help us to create a gap between what we are sincerely experiencing like news and what is actually going on. So we use this affirmation in the morning, throughout the day, and at night. And this repeating help the brain to process it properly. And in a couple of days, my symptoms went away. Jashri Mata, would you be able to explain how a simple statement like, I'm not my body and I'm not my mind, have such a profound effect on a human being?
All right. First of all, that's the truth. You're not the mind, you're not your body either. So you don't need further explanation of an absolute truth, which the intellect or the discerning mind is yet to comprehend for majority. So that's the first thing. Finally, you will realize, if you go on this journey of self-realization, personal transformation, and seeking who am I, you realize the physical frame that you are in is only a vehicle, a tool, and a beautiful vessel to express who you are. Because who you are is nothing, formlessness, eternal, ever-changing source of energy. I know this may sound too good to be true. Someone's asking a question, so we're definitely going to address the questions later. Thank you for the question, right? So, and a while ago I told you what the mind is. Look, I would like to, maybe I don't have a piece of paper here, so I pulled out. Okay, so what you see here, all right, yeah, you can call this a tissue, yeah, it's an empty white tissue, yeah. So initially, our mind is something like this. It's empty, it's pure. It doesn't have imprints. Later on, due to the socialization process or natural growth process, you start writing things on this. You start writing things on this. In a given moment, if you are thinking about an unhappy memory in your life, a trauma or fear for the future, sort of anticipated problem for the future, which is not real now, as you think of it, do you understand that you are thinking in terms of words? Yeah, you are thinking in terms of words. And then images, then you have sounds, maybe taste, smell, and even feel in your body as emotions. So when you keep repeating these powerful affirmations like, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, what happens is your brain, which has two hemispheres, and the whole purpose of your brain is to ensure your survival. I repeat to you, the whole purpose of your brain, this dual brain, all right, is to help you survive as an animal, as a being, to function properly. When you keep repeating these positive affirmations, using selective words, right, what it does to your brain is that it actually soothes and calms your brain down. Every time you hear, let's say, about the pandemic, you hear some bad news, which is not news. News is not bad. I'm sorry, I have to say that no news is bad. You define what is good or bad. Like in my life, I had the worst news in my life from early age. And I always transformed the bad news into a good one. Now, of course, I don't have either bad news or good news. That's a different place to operate, and that's exactly where I want all of you to be. That's the ultimate place where you got to train your consciousness to be one day, and your brain to finally saturate and stabilize, so it does not create further suffering for yourself and others. When you repeat these affirmations, Gamaka, what happens is your brain goes into a powerful state of sort of comfort, easiness. So it's a very powerful stress management tool, especially during this time. It's a confirmation, you as you, knowing you are not the mind activity, right? That you can deliberately program your brain using set of words, and throughout the day, if you keep repeating this as like a mantra, the energy of those words starts echoing in your system. Otherwise, there's space for outside voices and sounds to come in and settle down. Can you see? Settle down. Meaning, if some information about what has happened outside, which is perceived as negative, comes in, you perceive it as a threat, like your brain perceive it as a threat, then it creates what? Stress hormone. Then your heart start pumping faster, blood circulation, muscle tension, hormone issues, digestion issues, you name it, you cannot enjoy the life. You have a beautiful vessel to just enjoy life, not to suffer. But all that suffering comes because the brain was not given right instructions. So yes, Gamaka, when you continue to repeat these things, it helps the brain to soothe itself, because you are intervening as you, because you know you are not the mind, you're not the mind activity. You intervene and introduce some powerful positive words that helps a positive echo in the head. So even if news comes from outside, your brain does not have the capacity to perceive it as a threat. It is realizing that, no, I am fine. I can handle it. That's how you and all other inner circle members did not catch the symptoms in that way. I mean, after all, there are no sicknesses. We will talk about that on another day. There are only symptoms. This whole world is mind-made, law of mentality. Maybe we'll talk about it another day. And certainly we will entertain questions. We can see that people want more attention. So we do have time, isn't it? So, yeah. All right, Gamaka, continue with the next strategy.
Yes, Shrimata. So the third strategy we received was a self-inquiry. This was very useful when we were worrying about the financial future or the general state of the world. It is like a meditation, and I used it with my meditation. So it's a simple sentence. Who am I? Who am I that is worrying about the state of the world? Who am I that is worrying about the financial future? Who am I worrying that I would catch COVID-19? Who am I? This, just like the affirmation, it was such a simple sentence. However, it actually helped me to figure out that my problems are not permanent. I'm also a listener, seems to be very permanent. Shrimata, would you be able to help us understand how this self-inquiry works?
Yeah. So that's right. So I believe I have already addressed it indirectly now that you posed the question. any life situation, especially if it is stressful, perceived as negative, perceived as challenging, problematic, pause. One of the most powerful way to pause your brain activity and help that energy to sink into your heart center, which actually knows the truth of who you are, is to ask this powerful inquiring question: who am I? Who am I? So when you now know, right, let's say you are going through a trouble situation, or for that matter, everyone, 10 seconds, close your eyes. Now I'm signing, I have joined this Zoom webinar with Jayashree Mata and Gamaka Shri. I'm trying to learn something. I want something better for my life and my loved ones and for the whole world. I'm wanting to understand what my mind is and how to organize my mind, how to create a wonderful, brand new future for 2021, so that I know I have contributed creating a wonderful world, not like by default ending up as we did in 2020. It's time to co-create something brand new. And something brand new cannot be created from past data. So, 10 seconds, close your eyes, and now ask yourself this simple question: who am I? I'm pretty sure for all or for most of you, when you asked that question, there was a deep sigh, like a deep breath comes naturally. And those who know me and possibly have been working with me in different levels, have been connecting with me in different ways, moment you ask this question, or if you have practiced any other meditation or done some personal transformation work, you would notice when you ask the question, who am I? There is a silence. There's no answer to that. So Gamaka Shri, when you do this powerful self-inquiring technique, what happens is you go into your real sense of self. The question leads your attention inwards, not outwards. Because problems are perceived outside our five senses. The game is real deal is to bring your attention inwards. And inwards as in is it into an organ in the body? What do you mean by inwards? Inwards as in something beyond your physical form as well. Oh, practice this who am I morning to evening 21 times and more, just without even knowing much philosophy, or you have done no meditation ever in your life, no prayer, no religious practices, totally okay. Practice who am I and experience the change and let us know. Because that is, I can't do the self-inquiry for you. You got to keep doing it and experience it for yourself. All right, Gamaka, continue with the next two techniques and I'll explain if needed.
Yes, Jayashree Mata, and I can see we have a lot of good questions coming up.
Yeah.
The fourth mental strategy is to visualize the future through inspiration. So when I wanted to start a business and improve the finances, the guidance I received was to visualize a mental picture of the future through inspiration. Inspiration was the key word. And what I was inspired was to create the future where I work with other people to create a future for them that inspire themselves. And this is where my current business of doing coaching and training online started. My visualization was that I would be talking to others, my clients, over video calls, and in the next session, they would share the breakthroughs, the success stories, and the transformations. And amazingly, that has happened every time. Shashri Mata, would you be able to shed some more light on this particular method?
Yes, Gamaka, that's right. So Gamaka Shri, yeah. So we have seen people setting objectives, goals, outcomes, and falling short. And certainly in our own lives, we have experienced that. That is because for most of you, desire for the future comes from a place of inadequacy, a feeling that something is missing. I feel unhappy. I feel dissatisfied. I feel hurt. I feel angry, annoyed, stressed out. I feel like a victim. I don't need to live this life. So usually a gap creates a desire, which is exactly how life unfolds. It's because of black, there's white. It's because there's in, there's out. So it's perfectly all right. But the problem starts when goal setting is that, especially creating deliberately your life. Like that's what I did. I never knew, but that is exactly what I have been doing in my life. I was just deliberately transforming garbage into fertilizer and growing beautiful flower plants or herbs. That's how my consciousness started blooming. So listen to this very carefully and get this right. When you set goals, if your goals are all about your mother, father, society, social norms, expectations, adhering to something that is expected by others, what is said in a book, especially now I'm doing a lot of Dhamma discourses. I can see people on the path of enlightenment, traditional Buddhists especially. You're trying to go with the book. No, that's not going to work. Because anything that is built from past data is not going to create something new in the next moment. It is only a past repeating. It's not going to happen. Life does not work that way. Not even a single cell in your body is the same as it was earlier. It's a new thing. It's a new you. You don't know. You're stuck in your mind activity about the memories about who you are. And from that place, you're setting goals. That's not going to work. That's going to actually hurt so many people in your life, including you. You're the first person who's going to get hurt. No, no, no. It should come from a place called inspiration. Yes, Gamaka. And there is a way, there is a special way you can connect with yourself for inspiration. Inspiration from your higher self, inspiration from universe, inspiration from Buddha source, inspiration from God, those who believe in the word God, and higher consciousness. Inspiration make you feel like flying, like a child, like a newborn baby. It feels in your heart. But if your goals and objectives for life feels like it's all here, that's your ego mind. Ego mind is less than 10% of total mind. So with 10% you are trying to experience infinite life. Now that's not going to work. So our journey of setting up Mind Designs International, and now I have handed it over to a new set of people, my inner circle, still sort of steering from behind as a guiding light, because my life, my business was never my business. It was my passion. because it was heart-centered. That's why we call our business a conscious business. We don't even bother how sustainability comes, but we sustain and we live a wonderful life. Actually, we want to teach many young people to set up conscious business. Already, our inner circle members are doing this. Inspiration is coming from a inside place of your heart, and there's a way to connect and tap into that space of energy, because we are energy beings. I repeat to you, your mind is a process, it's energy, it's a force field. There are techniques of cracking the fellow here, means brain. It's all about finally getting your brain under your control. Knowing that you are not the brain as well. Okay, Gamaka?
Thank you, Jayashree Mata. And the fifth and the last strategy we'll be sharing today is a set of reminders that you gave us. And these reminders were extremely powerful in my life, because when I wanted to start a business, and especially if it is something that helps a lot of people have a much better life, this helped me to remember that the universe has my back. The universe is already supporting me. So these three reminders are: one, universe wants me to be abandoned, just like everybody else. Universe wants me to be of service. And finally, universe wants me to be of inspiration. This is so powerful. And would you be able to explain to us what these are and how they work? Because these are not affirmations.
Yeah.
These are reminders.
Yes, Gamaka. Once again, I think towards the end of your 42 days mentorship program, this idea occurred to me, and I received that powerful idea through the other powerful light workers, teachers, enlightened beings in this, true guardians of this earth, who in human form, in the human form as male and female, doing their beautiful role, living their purposeful life. So I'm connected with many of those gigantic personalities. And also in my meditation, first thing in the morning, usually, I receive this guidance so naturally. It's not intended. Because when you're in tune, when you're detached from your ego, and when you are in tune with the cosmic force of life or source of energy, or God source, or Buddha consciousness, things flow in. So this idea that I shared with all of you and made you to sort of practice and embody, actually the last thing that you are sharing is a very powerful mental strategy, because that's the technique, or that's the mental strategy that helped all of you to embody. You see, you can think all wonderful things in your head, all right? You can keep on saying wonderful things, positive affirmations, blah, blah, blah. But nothing like really feeling it in every cell, every atom of your body. You got to embody something, a new identity, which I'm telling almost all of you are struggling with. So if you really want to predict the future, only way to create it. But if you want to create it, you have to cut the codes of all garbage, all identities that was infused to you by others. You got to be brave, fearless, knowing that you're never going to die. That's like, you got to have really, absolute desire to find out who you are. And that comes from a source of inspiration, definitely not out of fear, curiosity and desire to learn, and perseverance, not giving up. So if you really want to crack the code of life and to really create what you want to create, it should be something new and you, reflection of you. You got to embody your new identity. That leads to your higher purpose, which is already given. You don't have to find it outside. Of course, you don't need to even come for webinars. But yes, inside world is finally realized through the outside world. So obviously you will have to come to our webinars, programs, read books. Yeah, you got to go out in the world, outside world, thinking it is out there, but finally it's all to be found inside of you. So the last mental strategy that you said, Gamaka, universe wants you to be abundant, universe wants you to be a source of inspiration, and the universe wants you to be of service, and that's what you and I am doing here, spending our time and energy, and we are loving every bit of it. For 10 plus years we too have been doing it. Now we have more on board, and the extended inner circle, it's an invitation for those of you watching this to find ways of connecting and working with us, because we are the true guardians of this earth and we got to make it happen. All right, if you really want a great life for yourself, you got to work on yourself, not the president. No president can do that for you, no teacher can do that for you, no your parents. You got to do your work by yourself. You got to do it by yourself. You got to unfix yourself and fix that, recreate yourself by yourself. So the last three statements that you said, Gamagi, it's about embodying all that transformation you went through. That's why it came towards the end of the 42 days mentorship program. So it's about embodying what? Universal identity in the limited, finite human form. You are the universe. Is there anything outside of you? Who is perceiving universe? I want to ask all of you. How many of you have seen the Mother Earth? Hello? You have not seen the Mother Earth other than an image on a TV screen, a computer screen, or a photograph. Hopefully not a single astronaut is in our audience, but even if you had gone in the space, you would have seen an image of the Earth. Where is the cosmos? Where is the universe? You are the universe. So when you say universe wants you to be abundant, you are indirectly saying I want myself to be abundant because I am the universe. And God, universe, Buddha consciousness, whatever the label you put in, doesn't really matter. This life is not about me, the small, little, poor, inadequate, little human being, the little fella in here. No, it's not about you. It's not about me. That's what has created mankind, this current suffering. And certainly I take my share of responsibility. I do take it, 100%. I contributed with my own nonsense, which I didn't know how to fix earlier, and I contributed to the collecting suffering. All right? I mean, I contributed to the suffering. So I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. So I clear it with that kind of powerful mantra, just 4 words. But together now, it's blaming is over, finger pointing is over, no one is responsible other than ourselves individually, and our life is not about us. Really, no. In my life, I've achieved tremendous success at the age of 25, 26. As a young woman, my ego was like huge and I collapsed. I went into ashes and I had to pick myself up from ashes, rebuild something, but it was not rebuilding. I had to break down the non-real thing for me to realize the real thing. And I think until I close my eyes and leave this earth with the last breath, I'm pretty sure I will still realize more of who I am, which is not me. So last statements, those statements, Gamak, it's about embodying your real identity. Yeah, please continue. I think it's time for our audience to know about what you have to offer, because I think from the questions they have been asking, there's so much that we can add value. I wouldn't mind taking a few questions. How should I do that? How should I do that?
Jayashree Mata, I would like to talk about the benefits we received from the 40-day meditation session that we had with you.
Yes.
possibility of others to get, because this exclusive information, this exclusive interaction was only available to the inner circle members up to this moment. And what we thought of doing was to make it available to the community to have a transformation in their life. And if you think about you've been meditating from very young age. So you are a very seasoned meditation teacher. And meditation is a crucial part of everybody's life. So one of the things that we have added to this training is meditation training with him. And also, how to connect with your higher self. How to connect and get inspiration, guidance from your higher self. This higher self is, some people call it God, unified field, source, or even universe. So these is also things that we have taught us over the time, and this information was also only available to our inner circle members up to this point. And the third one is what you've been engineering in last 2 years and used in many of the inner circle families, the healing of the ancestral karma and clearing of the collective DNA structures. So with that, Jayashree Mata, we also are adding some of the powerful NLP techniques, like how to have a planned future, how to set goals that you are inspired to achieve, and how to clear your unconscious blocks, especially the limiting beliefs and limiting attitudes, and how to align your whole being, your whole neurology, so that you are fully focused on this successful life for 2021. Jayashree Mata, we are calling this program Press the Reset Button for Your Life. So this is a 21-day group coaching program, and this involves 6 webinars, Zoom webinars. Duration of the program is 21 days. And just like we did on the 42-day mentoring, everybody who will join this will receive inspiration from you every day. So that is 6 live webinars, 1 hour each, covering meditation, goal setting, receiving guidance from your higher self or the God, clearing your unconscious blocks, clearing your ancestral karma and neurological level alignment, and then daily inspiration and guidance. So the whole program, if we go with the conventional pricing that we use, it is 150,000. But as guided by Jayashree Mata, we are giving 95% discount. So this is available to you for 8,000 rupees only. But we are starting this training on 1st of August. So you have only 5 days to get registered. And this is for people, only 20 participants. So it is for people who are really serious about transforming their life. How you can join this program, the link would be in the chat. We are partnered with Ever Healthy as a service provider, so this program is listed there. So when you see the link, click it, and if you need any more information, please feel to reach out to either Ever Healthy or NLP Sri Lanka. Jayashree Mata, would you like to add anything to that description I gave?
Yes, Gamaka. All right. I think we have got several questions, loads of questions were exactly what we were wanting to deliver to you. So you have been, see, now do you understand? We have been thinking together. Yes. Although you thought you were stuck with your problems in your life, with anger, enemies, fearful thoughts, worries, studies, future business, etc., you thought you were just thinking on your own, didn't you? Not really. We picked up the frequency. That's what the teachers do. All ascended masters and teachers who ever walked on earth, that's exactly what they did. Whatever they could receive through their brain, they acted out of compassion, and that's what exactly I'm doing. Whereas I could easily enjoy my retirement. This is retirement for me. I love working because I love life. I want people to love life no matter what. You know, this is how I work in my life. I smile all the time. I laugh at my own self. I kick my butt off when I make mistakes. and I always tell myself I do not allow any problem to make it a problem in my life. I do not consider any problem, whatever the problem, to be a problem. So I think last year, so the so-called negative forces or Mara, or I think they have had enough playing with my brain, and they decided to let go of me. So do not let your troubles trouble you until you allow the troubles to trouble you. There's really no trouble out there. Life is peaceful. Only the birth is suffering. But life is peaceful. Death can be peaceful. Birth certainly is a challenging experience. Okay, so I have several questions. Quick answers. Happy, positive people generally spread happiness. Why is that? Of course, people are energy. We are made up of energy. Happiness is an energy, and certainly it's a chemical in the body. All right. The brain helps generate certain hormones in the body, the happy hormones, and it can be tasted, smelled, seen, felt, touched. Right? When you hug a happy person, right? Your problems go away. That's why I keep hugging people. I do hug. People rather hug me because they know that they get the happy hormone induced to them. Sometimes I also get loads of kindness, love from animals, including snails. Yes, I'm telling you, snails. I have friends. So yeah, not only happy, positive people generally spread happiness. It's all beings spread happiness because it's energy. It can be smelled, tasted, seen, felt, and of course understood. But don't try to understand happiness. It is to be felt. How do we transform negative energies to positive? It's a big topic. You're going to get that benefit if you sign up. And when you sign up for the 21-day coaching program, an exclusive program for this year, and certainly we are going to repeat it. I'm inspired to do that. Imagine 21 days of my life, our life will be committed to that, whilst many other work is happening. Someone asked us how to join the inner circle. There's one unique way, that is to contact Dharmakashri. I think you better mention the contact number and everything. You can request to sponsor a Dhamma discourse. We have aired already 16 Dhamma discourses over the last 2 months, and I am to deliver 8 more, 24 Dhamma discourses all in all. If you become part of it, we consider you as an inner circle, because inner circle essentially are those conscious beings, human beings, working towards enlightenment, knowing that their ultimate purpose in life is to be enlightened. So if you're one of them, you can be married, you may be not married, you may be having kids, no kids, working, not working, wanting to set up business, wanting to earn money, doesn't really matter, whatever it is. That's why I am in this form without taking the traditional path of Gautama the Buddha and taking the robe. I consciously choose to operate in the normal realm because that's my work. My work is for the future. So I present myself as I am, so it's easy for you to connect and relate to me. And if you are one of those people who are on the path of enlightenment, your game plan is to be enlightened, certainly the only way to connect is to join our Dhamma discourses and then be part of that people who enlighten the earth. Okay, so how do we transform negative energies? I'm going to give you a quick technique because of so much of interest you are showing. We are running out of time, but I'm going to do this for you because I really love and honor you and care for you. So do this with me. This is draw the infinity sign. All right, draw the infinity sign on air and say the word cancel and erase. So this is just a mental technique, okay? Just a mental technique to help you cancel and erase any negative energy that comes up in a given time. This is the best that we can offer through this webinar because we haven't done a proper training, so to say. There are much more advanced techniques which we have to carefully train you for. Because if you keep on perceiving negative energies, buddies, your life will be full of negative energy. So why bother about clearing negative energy when you can, with your intention, focus your energy to what you want. But however, I gave you a technique. We understand. So cancel and erase. Anytime you can draw it in your mind or with your hand, infinity sign, and repeat several times, cancel and erase. What happens is the thoughts, the energy that is rising from negative thoughts kind of get canceled and erased, and your brain will find the most suitable thought processes to replace it. All right? Yeah. Good. So about Janita's the question to plan something like start up a business, we like to think for the future, visualize how should we do this. That is exactly what we're going to teach you during this 21-day program. This is not necessarily the time to teach you how to do it. The time is not there. But let me tell you, all of you from all age groups, all backgrounds, married, divorced, with children, without children, wanting to be enlightened, wanting to earn money, doesn't really matter. You are here for once and for all in this name, form, in this nature. Don't miss a single moment of your life wasting and getting stuck in your mental activity. First thing. So how to sort of remove yourself from mental activity is to develop the habit of meditation. So yeah, in the 21-day program, I'm going to teach you how to meditate 24/7. I mean it, 24/7. You can meditate even in your sleep. Did you know that? Meditation is easy. It's a natural thing. It's not this something that someone invented, found out so many years ago, wrote many books about. Not really. Meditativeness is our real nature. We just need to tune into that. Tune the guitar. You know, you tune the guitar when you want to play a chord of music. So you just need to tune in. Meditation is not a technique as you think is so difficult. Yeah, it is a big business out there. That is because you don't know what is real. Hopefully, I'll help you with permission. Meditation is a natural way of being. And you can be meditative all the time. You don't have to go for like 7-day retreats for 17 years of your life. Okay? Good. I think we addressed pretty much all the questions. Other questions, yeah. Are we good? Yeah. All right, Gamaka, over to you. So I'm going to wrap it up from my end. I want to thank all of you for joining us today. Feel free to drop emails or messages, WhatsApp messages to Gamaka. Gamaki is available for personal coaching. I repeat to you, my beloved friends, my dear children, my co-members, my family, human family, you and I together, we co-create this world. We are responsible for our lives 100%. 100%. Take 100% responsibility. That's the first step. Okay? And I want you to hear me out. My way of presenting and style of delivery, personality can be very different to Gamakashri. Obviously, opposites attract. I want you to know Gamakashri is a better coach. He is a great healer. His style is different. But when it comes to one-on-one coaching, transforming your relationships, spiritual things, physical issues, and especially healing, I don't know anyone else better than me. That's him. Because this is it. We don't know our value until someone show it to us. Many years ago, I kept telling Gamaka, you know, many occasions in trainings, even openly, what you see is what you get. I used to tell, like, I was a broken woman, I was a broken woman, you came in and healed me, you came in and healed me, I was a broken woman. Then Gamaka Shri several times have openly said, look, those days, Jay and now Jayashri Mata, you know, he used to say, I never saw you as a broken woman. I saw you as a wonderful, happy, joyful woman. I just saw a complete woman. Yeah. So sometimes someone else's eyes, you know, they create us. Just like I created Gamaka, he created me. So I want you to rely on him for individual support, and certainly join and invite your loved ones. Don't go this journey alone. Invite your loved ones to come on board and to be part of this beautiful co-creative process. So 2021, come on, when we meet someday even physically, you will be so happy and delighted that you met us at this time, right? We have an assessment process also in this 21-day thing. I introduced that part. I said incorporate that. If there's someone genuinely committing and delivering what we want by the end of 21 days, they will get my personal guidance for some time. So we are here to take you home, to your real home. And we want to create this world a beautiful place for all of us. We are mind designing the mind. Of course, that's what Gamaka is doing. I am creating the future. Over to you, Gamaka. Much love and blessings to all of you. Teruvan Saranai.
Thank you very much, Jayashree Mata, and thank you very much for the kind words about me, my competence. And I will still emphasize that I never saw a broken woman. You were whole all the time. And thank you so much for everybody who joined. You made us very happy, and it was a very fulfilling experience just because you were here. We are available for so much, a lot of services, and we would, few people ask what else is available. So we do Reiki online training, that is energy healing, extremely powerful modality. We also provide one-to-one online coaching for relationships and also career and businesses, and any other area such as education, health, spirituality. However, if you are into spirituality, I would suggest work with the Jayashree Mata. That would be a much better choice. All our courses, online courses, that is the Reset Life program, that is 21-day group coaching program, and also the online Reiki training are available in EverHealthy. If you want to ask any questions about this, please feel free to call me. It's not 77080985. This number is on the chat. So call me, I'll give you all the information that you need. So thank you so much and have a great day.